Joe Milton, the former 6th-round pick, dude, he absolutely lit it up in this game. And I've been back and forth with Joe Milton because at times, like, I've seen him kind of be a little bit up and down, right? In this game, he was just balling straight up. So I know. I look on X, I see so many people talking. People are talking about him like being a possibly starter in the future, which I do think it's possible. I really do. I don't want to get too crazy because I know people are like, it's a fucking preseason. I understand that, but Joe Milton looked really good in this game and just landing in the right situation and just learning for a bit, like we saw with Malik Willis with LaFleur, under Jordan Love, right? Under Jordan Love, and Matt LaFleur is his head coach. Shoddy, he's a good offensive mind, dude, and there's a reason the Dallas Cowboys were top. And then you got Dak Prescott. So maybe this dude has just been developing some really good habits, and we could possibly see him as a starter in the upcoming future. But I don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to get too crazy even mentioning that name, that word. But let's look at some of these plays from Joe Milton, dude. So you're going to see he's under center right here. Looks like a 2-1 look. And you're going to see that the Arizona Cardinals are going to send the blitz right here. Watch this. Boom. And I mean, that defensive play, damn. That defensive player on the Arizona Cardinals is literally on the backfield. But look at Joe Milton, dude. Joe Milton's looking really cool. He's looking really calm. And you see him try to get this pass off to this route down here at the bottom. And just a little bit higher, right? Like, he needs to bring that thing down, and it would have been a completed pass. Because honestly, it was the best option, especially with the pass rush being there, right? Because this player, by the time the pass rush is there, he's not open. Like, this guy isn't open. This was the right choice. And like I said, he's under pressure, so that's a tough throw in general, right? Especially with the guy in your face. But if you would have just brought this down just a little bit more and forced it more outside, this would have been a completed pass, bro. But he made the right choice, just needs to bring it down. Okay, then there's this. Yo, real quick, if you're messing with the video, hit that like, hit that hype, and subscribe to your boy. Then go follow me on Instagram up at the top left. DM me a player you want me to make a video on, or any NFL take you got, and we'll tackle it on the channel. All right, let's get it. This is just some high level stuff, dude. So they're coming out of shotgun. Looks like a spread twins on each side. And watch down here at the bottom, because, dude, Joe Milton, he's literally going to anticipate this, like on another level. Watch this. So he's about to throw this, and by the time he throws this, it's literally coming out of his hands right now. And look at this. This Arizona Cardinals defensive player, their back is literally turned to him, right? He knows exactly what his player is running. So this Arizona Cardinals player, there's no chance that they're going to intercept that ball, right? Because Joe Milton can tell that their back is literally to him. So he literally gets this thing out with his 81. Like 81, he knows exactly what he's going to do, and this ball ends up getting there, dude. Like, that is next level anticipation. Look at that. Really nice accurate pass. Wide receiver did a pretty solid job of coming back to the ball, right? But that's some crazy anticipation by Joe Milton on such a simple route too, dude. Look at that. Clean as hell. Okay, then we have this play out of shotgun. Looks like we got a trips up here at the top, and single wide receiver. They're just gonna run a quick speed out right here, and Joe does a pretty good job of laying it on him, dude. Nothing crazy. Look at that. Okay, then we have this play with the motion coming in under center with the twins down here at the bottom. And you're going to see they're going to run a little bit of play action. And this tight end is going to pick up a block. Then he's just going to release out into the flat. And watch this. Joe Milton does a really good job of just laying it on, man. Like, nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy, especially off of play action. We see that all the time. But especially with a pass rush in your face, every now and then we see these quarterbacks just lay ducks. Even with the guy wide open, dude. Like, I can't remember if I was watching Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy in their preseason game the other day. Yeah, I believe I was. But it was a play action like this, right? And I believe it was JJ, and it was just an inaccurate pass. Like, don't quote me on that. I know some people are going to get mad if it was Kyler Murray or the other. I can't remember. But it's such a simple pass, but I've seen players fuck it up. So pretty solid play from the tight end and Joe Milton. Okay, then we have this play under center. Looks like we got a bunch set down here at the bottom with the tight end and the 2 wide receivers. Then the single wide receiver up at the top. And you're going to see this tight end is just going to release out into the flat. I'm probably going to need to move, man. Let me move up top. He's going to release out into the flat right here. And Joe Milton does a really good job just getting this out quick and getting it to the tight end off play action. Look at that. But it ends up, it ends up going right through the tight end's hands. And you know, that tight end was going to take a pop. That tight end was going to get hit, but on a 4th and short, you just never know with these tight ends, especially up against a defensive back. And he's got to reel that shit in, dude. He's got to reel that shit in. Come on now. Okay, then we have this play. Looks like they're coming out of shotgun with a 2-1 look. And honestly, I thought this was a good option, man. Like the wide receiver just didn't really get any separation on the defensive back, right? But you see him throw it to that deep out to that wide receiver, and you know, a little bit of an inaccurate pass. He needs to force it more towards the sidelines, but like I said, the wide receiver really wasn't getting separation, right? And if you look at by the time he threw it, like, looks like this running back is covered, this is covered, there is literally a linebacker within this passing lane if you were to throw it right here, right? And he's already letting go of the ball. Obviously, we got this route down right here. Maybe he goes right there. But, I don't know, forcing it towards the end zone. Again, especially another play with the defensive back with his back literally turned. It's like, hey, bro, just take a shot. Okay, then we have this play. Looks like they're coming out of shotgun with a tight bunch set up here at the top with the single wide receiver. So a 3-1 look. Let's see what Joe Milton in the O can do right here. A little bit of a pass rush. Okay. Hey. Yo, he did a pretty good job of evading that, dude. He did a pretty good job of evading that. But something that I also like that he did, look at this. Obviously, we got the pass rush out in the end. Left tackle's gotta do a better job than that, right? But he does a really good job of stepping up, then scrambling and keeping his eyes downfield. He's staying active. He's staying active. It's something that I like right here is he had this wide receiver open, right? And he had who was that, the running back? Yeah, then he had 20 open right here. And Joe Milton just takes like the easy completion, right? He takes the easy completion and he sees the hole right there. He's like, he'll get in for 6. He easily could have took the next level throw, but I like how he just took the easy option. He knew it was going to be a score, and Dallas Cowboys getting in right here, dude. Like, really good composure by Joe Milton right here. Look at that. Just dumps it off to 20. 20 turns up, gets in for 6. Then we have this play out of shotgun. Looks like they're in 11 personnel with the 2-1 look with the wide receivers. And you're going to see the wide receiver is going to run just a straight up seam route, right? And Joe Milton, he notices this. He notices that the linebacker's hips are literally just sunk. He's planted, right? So he's like, I'm going to take a shot downfield with this seam route. And that's exactly what he did. And you see, like, little bit of a, that's a hospital ball, right? That's a hospital ball, kind of laying it out for your guy. Never want to see that. Never want to see that, right? So for that, I'm like, yo, Joe, you got to get this thing out quicker. Can't put up a pass, a hospital ball for your tight ends or wide receivers. But I do like the choice right here. I just think that the timing by Joe Milton could have been a little bit better. By the way, really good job by the offensive line, giving him time. But yeah, dude, I mean, he just unleashes this thing downfield. If he would have just done it just a little bit sooner, right? Because you can see the linebacker is in no position to turn around and run with the tight end. I just think that he could have threw a little bit sooner, and it might not have been a hospital ball. There's a good chance that the safety's coming over and still getting a pop, right? Like, it's not like the safety is entirely out of position at this point. But timing, man. Gotta keep your teammates safe. But I did really like the choice right there, and they threw the flag on that play as well. Okay, then we have this type of stuff from Joe Milton. And if you remember him in college, people would talk about his arm. He has a fucking cannon arm. With Joe Milton, he has a cannon arm, dude. So they're going to come out of shotgun with a trips, single wide receiver. And this wide receiver up the top is just going to run a straight go route. Watch Joe Milton right here, dude. Look at this. Steps back, just unleashes that thing downfield. And, you know, as in terms of a deep pass, it gets even better with him, right? That's literally just like a touch pass for Joe Milton. But I mean, look at this, dude. Really nice, accurate pass. Really good arc downfield. And I like how he put it out there for the wide receiver to run underneath it. You know, not too far out in front, not to the point where he had to slow down, right out in front of this wide receiver right here. And gets in for 6, dude. Like that was a really good throw by Joe Milton right here. Look at that. Woo, that shit was tough as hell. Okay, then we have this play. Looks like they're coming out of shotgun with a twins up at the top. A little bit of a stacks down here at the bottom. You guys just can't see. There we go. Give you a little peek. Watch Joe Milton on this, dude, because he's gonna feel the pressure off the left backside. Look at that. And he just steps up in the pocket. But what I really like right here is he has an Arizona Cardinals player literally in his face right there, right? Like he literally has a defender in his face, but he does a really good job of just like scrambling, right? But he still has his eyes downfield. And then he has the defender. I thought that this Dallas Cowboys player right here, number 6, is that who I just made a video on? Pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but he does a really good job of noticing. He's like, oh shit, you know what? My quarterback, he's scrambling. Let me get open for him, right? And you see Joe Milton on the move right there. And 6 does a really good job of shaking off that defender and getting open. And then Joe Milton, dude, with his eyes downfield and a defender in his face, doing a really good job of getting this pass out. And that's a little bit off script, right? And just creating a massive play for the offense, getting downfield. 6 damn near gets in, bro. Reaching out, fumbles. Did they call that down or did they call that a fumble? Regardless, really good play. Okay, then we have this play out of shotgun. Trips up here at the top. You guys can't see because I'm in the way. Let me move out the way. But yeah, so we got a 3-1 look out of shotgun. Watch Joe Milton on this. It's literally just going to be a QB draw. And he does a really good job of reading his blocks and getting in for 6. Look at that. Shaking off a defender in the process. Pretty clean run, man. Okay, then we have this play under center. And you're just going to see they're going to run a little bit of play action right here. But I really like how Joe Milton goes next levels. So you're going to see 6 again. And I mean, him and 6 just have really good rapport. I'm sure somebody will remind me his name down in the comments, a Cowboys fan. But watch Joe Milton on this, dude. Scrambling out to his right. Whoa! 6 getting a little bit of a pop. I mean, who is that? The safety 31. He did a really good job of just freaking flying down to the ball, right? So I wouldn't call this a hospital ball, but you're gonna see Joe Milton, bro, instead of taking the easy flat route out to 47 and throwing out in front of him, he sees 6 coming across the field and he's like, yo, bro, I'm gonna go next level with this. Gets it out to his guy. Like I said, some people are gonna be like, that's a fucking hospital ball, but I just feel like the safety just flew down right there, bro. Right, like he recognized he could see through the wide receiver and the tight end right here, the only 2 passing options out there, along to Joe Milton, so we can literally see everything. I think that he just made a really good break on the ball. Regardless, I thought this was a good pass, you know, trying to get that first down. Unfortunately, 31 is right there to lay a pop on 6, but all around a really good play by the offense, still in my opinion. I mean, he held onto the ball. Then we have this play out of shotgun. Again, nothing crazy right here. Just a quick little screen up to the top. Nice accurate pass. And you know what? On those screens, it just has to be blocked better. There's really nothing on Joe Milton right there. Now, if there's a defender right there, he'd want to dirt it, right? Like, he literally just want to throw it to the ground for an incomplete pass. But this just all comes down to blocking right here. Nothing crazy on a wide receiver screen. Okay, then we have this play out of shotgun. Looks like got a trips down here at the bottom, and we got single wide receiver. And you're gonna see, dude, the pass rush up at the top kind of forces Joe out of the pocket, and he honestly does a pretty good job with on the run right here, rolling out to his right. I mean, you see his wide receiver literally has that Arizona Cardinals defender beat by a little bit, right? By a little bit. This is not going to be an easy catch if it were to be completed, and it's not an easy throw, especially rolling out to his right, and just like, if you think of like your body rolling out to the right and then just like straight line down the field, that's exactly what Joe Milton's doing right here. It's what he's attempting. So just watch him right here. I mean, that ball ends up being out of bounds, right? Needs to keep it more in the field of play, and it's just a small tweak. Like I said, it's pretty tough rolling out to your right. But, you know, if he could have kept this in the field of play and just a little bit more upfield. No, I'm not even talking upfield because he got it upfield enough. I'm just saying in the field of play. Yeah, dude, I really like the attempt right here. I do. And that Cardinals defender did a pretty damn good job of catching up as well. So all around pretty tough play, but I like the attempt by Joe Milton right here. Okay, then we have this play. Looks like we got a 2-2 look, and you're going to see a wide receiver up at the top. It's going to run a quick slant. Joe's going to be really quick, decisive. Look at that. Right off the break. Ball's already about to come out of his hand. Gets the slant to his wide receiver. Money, money. Nothing crazy, right? Like, nothing crazy, but he looked really good in this game, dude. He looked really good in this game. And, like, some of the shit I was saying before. Is he a possibly a starter? Like, do some people view him as a starter? I want to see, I would love to see him with the ones with the Dallas Cowboys. I would just see what that looks like. And I don't know, has he already been with the ones with Dallas Cowboys this past season? I just didn't know it. Let me know down in the comments, man. But Joe Milton looked really good. Let me know what you guys think about him. I really want to see him with the ones. Let me know down in the comments. Drop a like, hit the hype button, and subscribe to your boy. I appreciate the love. It's your boy Shady Looking. I am outie. Deuces.